I walked out of the nightclub more often than not between 5:30 and 6.
And you still woke up too damn early.
When did you get up though? Like noon? Or
Like
were
between
you...
11:30 and 12.
Oh, that's pretty good. You know, you go to bed at 5:30, get home at 6.
No, because we went to Beaver for
So 7.
burger and a beer. Yeah,
Maybe
6:37.
7. Okay.
Was worse in college because then I had to get up for classes.
Ugh.
We need to ask Christian if, ooh, that was fun. If we're echoey and ridiculous this time.
True.
Christian, let us know.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Or is it going?
Are you sure?
Yeah. That's live on mine. I can see us on there.
Okay.
You should be able to see us on yours.
Hang on.
Oh, you didn't even log in on that.
No, I did, but it doesn't open.
What was this about the only one prepared, Casey?
I'm prepared.
Prepared to fail.
Yeah, we're still not live on mine.
We're live on mine, and Christian is saying stuff.
Yes, you sound like you're in a long hallway.
Still.
Why do we sound like we're in a long
I
hallway?
wonder if is it mine or is it theirs? Or all of us?
I don't know.
It's some live mic on something that's overriding.
Everything else.
Yes.
There we go. Mute the computer. See if that fixes it.
All right. Muted.
Okay. Christian, does that sound better?
Because we have mine and yours and video capture D. That's mine. It looks like there's audio coming through on video capture D.
Then click it off. Click that mute button on the bottom.
See if that worked.
If that solves the problem.
So is it one of the camera microphones?
Yeah, it's
It's either that or it's the audio through that,
okay.
but I'm not 100%
No.
sure.
Now I gotta wait for his comments to catch
Yeah,
up.
that's fair.
It's like an old school tuner where you add sound hall and concert hall settings to your movie or music. That's what that sounds like.
Okay. Yeah, so it's just a live. You're right. It's just a live mic coming from somewhere.
Something.
Yeah.
It's because we're running.
It might be.
Those cameras have never had an issue.
Which camera is plugged into the USB?
Mine.
So yours.
Does yours pick up audio? This one?
It
They
might
both
be.
have mics.
Yeah, it might be that particular in the audio, in the video, whatever your
Oh, the
video
capture.
is. Yeah, whatever that capture is.
Let's see.
It might be your audio.
Like that?
Oh, hey, it stopped.
Okay.
There we go. It was that audio you muted.
It was.
Yeah, there we go. We found it.
See, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, it was you're right. It was the microphone, which is probably why we all sounded, because we're all far enough away from it.
Yeah, it is down a hall. It's
It's down a
picking
hall.
picking us up at a distance.
All right, problem solved.
Look at
Hey,
that.
Christian, do you see what's on our table? I found a sister bottle to what you picked up this week.
Yeah, I almost hit the button, and I don't even have a button in front of me. I'm like,
Oh, good. We've programmed him properly.
Except we're going to detune him now that we got this split screen.
Don't worry, he'll always be programmed.
it'll just be a little tune up here and there, you know?
I'm curious about this new riff. New riff's doing such a good job with everything.
What? Oh.
Which one's the new riff?
Oh,
Because I moved them because of Casey. I had to move it.
Hey, that's good though, because we probably would have been out 3 Glens in a bottle.
yeah. No, that's fair. A solid move.
Yeah.
You'll also notice, Christian, that Dark Arts bottle is an Amburana stave, which I am dreading.
Yay.
Although this one, it's a different Amburana. It's not white ice cinnamon oatmeal. It's like cinnamon raisin. Apparently.
Well, I because
Where's Cameron?
is the barrel Amburana barrels, not
Yes.
staves.
Yeah, I think so.
So that one is staves.
Staves.
So I think that's why the iced oatmeal doesn't show up in it, because I think it's just partially Amburana. There you go.
Where in the world is Bowman, San Diego?
Bowman, San Diego.
Bowman, San Diego.
There you go. You can see it pop up in that bottom right corner.
There we go. See? You know what? He might be onto something.
Do we know that the code is visible on the YouTube feed for the Google Hangouts?
Maybe.
I expect to see Kristen just pop up in there.
I mean,
If
we
somebody-
have to accept it. But you know what, Christian? If you want to hop in on that Google Meet, you got the code right there, my friend.
No, you don't.
Hey,
Well,
you gotta
you
help
do
me
for a
put
couple
together
seconds.
a cigar package.
Hmm?
You gotta help me put together a cigar package.
Just send them the usual acids, Tatiana's, perhaps a fat bottom Betty.
Excuse me.
I can get some of those Arctic Frost Tatianas, the mint
This
ones.
is like a
Yeah.
Kentucky rye, but it's higher rye than like a Jack Daniels or something.
The
It's,
riff?
it's like a 65 to 70% rye is what it smells like.
Yeah, I always feel bad for any rise we put up against this. Because no
Why
matter
it's
what, it
second.
wins.
Well, that one, so that's the hazmat, almost hazmat. It's 137 something.
Ooh.
And hazmat's 140 and above. It's almost hazmat.
So I've had hazmat twice in my life already then.
Yeah.
the Rock Hill Farms.
I sent you guys
Mm.
pictures of that.
The Rock Hill Farms, we had the Rock Hill Farms.
Oh, okay.
That's the one, we tasted it in the West Coast Whiskey Club whiskey game.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
mash
yeah,
bill too.
yeah,
It's the
yeah,
same
yeah.
mash bill as Blanton's and Hancock's.
What we
And
score that
Elmer.
one?
So Rock Hill was my number one of the mash bill twos.
Right.
Hancock's was your guys' number one.
Number one is in your hand right now.
Is that the?
Oh,
New
here,
riff.
one's a new riff.
No, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
So it went new riff because low proof, and then hazmat, and then Ambrana because I don't want to wreck my palate for the other stuff.
Oh, come on. You're going to wreck it for the whiskey review anyways. Can't wait.
No, because he's got the rye spice down now. These are all ryes.
This is good. It's like
It's
there's
all
no
right.
dill in this rye. There's like some lemon, like a sweet, almost a meringue, like a lemon meringue.
I smell the lemon in the nose.
That Remen.
Yeah,
Oh.
the lemon.
The lemon.
I smell the Remen.
I smell the lemon.
And then all the traditional rye spice.
What's that?
It's asking me if I should leave the call.
Oh,
I
no,
said stay in.
not yet.
We'll give him some time to show up.
Yeah, or just let Christian kick in,
Yeah, Christian, good. I
Fucking
mean,
Bowman, dude.
or James.
I took it off the screen now, so it's not visible.
Google meets anyone.
It's super light too. This, like it's viscous, but it's not like punchy. It's good. I like it a lot. All right.
Oh wow, that's watery. That's weird. I actually expected it to be like a slower pour than that.
No, I mean that's really good. They're doing a good job.
That's tasty.
And their new single barrel stuff is going to. They think it's all been about 4 years, and they're introducing 6 years into their single barrel picks.
Oh, nice.
I honestly like that new riff is so well done,
So
like balanced.
I don't think we've had a bad new riff.
This Jack Daniels is a little out of balance. I mean, it's much bigger, right? Like the notes are much bigger.
so that goat opened up, the prideful goat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It tastes atrocious now.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure you just didn't have something?
I didn't have anything before it. I didn't eat before that. Didn't even smoke before I had it, and it was just like there was some flavor in there that just put me off of it.
Okay. That surprises me.
Yeah, because it was really good at the time.
I believe we have finished the Oak and Eden, Christian.
Oh yeah, we drank through the crap out of that. It was good. We have that stave too now. We can use it for something.
Oh yeah,
You can throw it in an infinity bottle or
it's
barrel.
a French oak stave.
Yeah, exactly.
So Miller finally finished his infinity barrel and he bottled it, and he says it's pretty good and has a couple different notes and he's gonna have me over to try it. But you said infinity bottles usually taste horrible.
No, I said you have to be very careful with infinity bottles because if you introduce one bad product, it will haunt that bottle for months because it
Oh.
never cycles out completely.
Okay, so those little barrels you get, do you have to toast those?
Depends on the barrel.
Okay, because he has this little barrel that he got. It's like a tiny one.
Yeah.
But enough to pour quite a few bottles in.
Isn't it?
The
It's
last
like
bit.
it's like 2 handles, right? Isn't that how much those little barrels are?
Depends on the barrel. So they're usually 3 to 5 liters.
Yeah. Okay.
He'd get down to right about here on the bottle and then pour the rest of that in there. So it took him a while to fill it. So I'm not 100% sure what the concoction is in there.
Yeah, my problem with infinity barrels is you introduce one bad product into it and it can ruin your infinity barrel for months.
Infinity barrel to grog.
Dude, the difference between the New Riff and the Jack Daniels, the Jack Daniels is so big.
There's that banana note.
The nose on the New Riff is better.
What?
It is. It's better.
than the Jack Daniel's banana note.
Yeah.
Outside your mind.
The Jack Daniels almost has like a burnt characteristic to it after the New Riff.
I prefer the new riff. It has that caramel front
Oh yeah. Oh yep.
that you don't like the taste.
That hits.
Oh, it hits
Oh
hard.
man. Yeah. Once you go New Riff, then you go Jack Daniels. Whoa. Jack Daniels is like, nah. What are we doing here?
It's not that bad.
Gee.
I like the Jack Daniels a lot, but the New Riff is far better balanced. Like the
There's-
flavor profile of the New Riff is better. The Jack Daniels is bigger, more viscous, higher proof, sweeter, but it's slightly out of balance.
Yeah, it has a weird. I feel like there's a weird note because it's out of balance, and it's like
like
up front.
It's like a burnt graham cracker note.
I could see that.
Like you overblew a s'more. Christian, we're waiting.
Stay Puft Marshmallow. Overblow your s'more.
It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
At least that one's easy to destroy. Like I thought about it, like best ghost villain you could possibly have to fight right then and there. Easy. Once it explodes, it's everywhere, and you can just eat it.
No, Stay Puft Marshmallow. It's easy. He's a sailor. We get this guy laid. We won't have any problems.
Burnt Nana and toasted oak is what Joseph has said.
Toasted oak?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's accurate. It's a little overblown. Jack Daniels is getting rid of Brown Foreman is getting rid of one of their 2 cooperages. So I'm wondering if they're going to start sourcing more barrels, which could be. It's almost definitely a cost saving maneuver to account for the decreasing demand in whiskey. But I also wonder, as like a strategic decision outside of finance, if they think it's going to let them vary their flavor profile for limited products and like higher tier products more often.
So
Jack Daniels?
Yeah.
So before you corrected yourself, you said sorcering, and all I could think about is a bunch of guys around a barrel casting spells.
I mean, that's sort of
I
what
mean,
cooperage is.
That kind of is.
Yeah.
They're like they are just a bunch of bearded wizards in like the middle of the forest.
That's literally what I saw in my head before you corrected
Jack
yourself.
Daniels is just a really old group of alchemists just hanging out and making stuff.
I can't read that one entirely, but you could read that one or no.
Yeah. We're just gonna let it go.
You know, it's easier to see up there than it is on the tablet because the heart blocks it on the tablet.
Oh yeah. That's so
actually-
annoying.
That's actually true.
I wish they would just take
Like that is
out of
a
there.
layout problem.
I wish we could turn that off. I don't need to heart it.
Yeah, I don't, it's weird.
So we have a new president as of I don't know about 7 hours ago,
What's that say?
8 hours ago.
8 hours ago? I didn't see it. Did you see it? Was it entertaining at all?
I didn't watch it.
Oh,
I was more interested. I'm still waiting for the final count of executive orders.
because they had it on at Ruiz so I saw like 30 seconds of it.
I
They
didn't watch
would.
any of
They
it.
would have it on at Ruiz.
Turns out the guys at Ruiz are a little kooky.
The guys at Ruiz, the guys over there at Fumari.
I was at Fumari too.
Well, there's no
I went to
TV at Fumari.
first. Yeah, no, it was just
Just probably a good thing.
it's funny the parking lot there because it's like work truck, really expensive Porsche, and then Robert had his Lexus for sale,
Oh yeah.
so he didn't have the Cybertruck. He had the Lexus.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's a weird collection of fellas today.
One of the guys, two of the guys now have the electric Hummer.
Oh God,
Is that the one that Chevy did?
Yeah, the crab crawls, four-wheel
Yeah.
steer.
crab walks.
Yeah.
The one they do the kooky fucking commercial with.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to watch the video of Trump at one of the inauguration parties dancing to the YMCA while wielding a sword. Pure entertainment.
I mean, I think what we all need to come to grips with is that Trump just doesn't care. Like, Trump's going to do Trump.
I also saw Elon giving.
Yeah, that's
Josephus says, I really thought Kamala was going to be president by default before today. I think we were all dreading that.
right.
Oh man.
Turns out Trump was going to be the 48th president.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like he also gets another.
But she would only
Number?
be in for like, what, a couple?
Yes, Trump
Months?
is the 45th and the 47th president of the United States.
Yes.
Wow.
Has that happened before?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Has it?
Garfield,
Okay.
maybe.
Oh. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I never thought about that either.
one and then lost and then won. So Trump's only the second person to do it, which has got to get under his skin a little bit.
Although with the education
Being number
system
two?
of America,
Be like, I'm sure in some meeting it was like, this has never happened before, and someone's like, well, like, you're
see?
fired.
I just see. I think with the education system of America right now, they should have just been like 45th again.
One more again. Let's go.
Little asterisk again.
That's what we should have done with this episode. Again.
Again.
Yeah, no, I mean it is again.
Again. Well, so when are we planning on doing an extra fourth, I guess? Fifth, I guess. Because it's 2, 3, 4, and we were talking about a fourth one.
Yeah, but when we do that one, hopefully it's going to be the boost pushed together, and I'll pull the camera back, and it'll be like this setup. So it'll be 2 and 2.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
And the other one was he was talking about somebody online through another video call. We'd have to set
In the
up
same video call.
in the same video
I
call.
don't know how that would look.
So
I have
when
no
the-
idea.
when the
Turns
key in,
out
it's
he didn't
switched.
show up. Like, I don't know if he had himself a little tantrum because you guys didn't respond to him when he was talking about his guest. I don't know. Maybe he's sad pants. I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know.
I was busy. And I never remembered to actually message back.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to him the whole time. I was like, you got to engage him.
Right.
And then the problem is Cameron. I don't know if Cameron's afraid of real conversations or not, because it's like he makes a statement and then he runs and hides and then he checks the answer later instead of like, pacing his. I don't even know what they would be.
Grover
Proclamations. Cleveland, not Garfield. Yeah.
And that is
Thank-
your buddy
Jano.
Jano.
Oh, Jeannot, thank you.
He is the bar, so yeah.
Baroque cello.
I was close.
You were not close.
I read the first
you were
word.
in
Bro,
what?
a bar.
You were both pronunciation and number of
That-
syllables
that
off.
is not true. I read the first syllable and it said bar.
The first silver? What?
Yes, first syllable.
Jeannot,
much
how are you doing?
have you
You
had
know
to
what? I
drink?
want to know. Jeannot, I'm curious. What do you think of our next again president? I don't know your stance on him.
I mean, if you got a computer, I got a code. You can hop on. Google Meets. Come on, you wanna.
I do. I mean, the Jack Daniels is very good. There's just a little bit of extra char note in there.
Oh,
That's,
but the real question is,
I haven't.
have you?
He's finishing
Have
off the first two.
I'm
Have
not
you-
going to finish off the Jack Daniels.
I was
I'm
about to say,
relying on that to
before-
cleanse my palate
Before you empty
after
one,
the Ambrana.
you
You don't
should
want the new
dabble
riff to
in the
cleanse it?
dark arts.
No, I finished the new riff. That new riff is very, very good.
Just dabble in the dark
Dude, that
arts.
new riff at 10 years would be phenomenal. In fact, they do
Yeah.
they do a 6-year rye.
Do they?
Yeah, it's pretty available
Ooh.
down the California side of the mountain. I might pick that up. They do an 8-year bourbon. I've been able to find that.
Okay.
That's a fucking no-go. But the 6-year rye, I'm tempted.
With the extra years on it? Yeah.
Maybe I'll have James pick one of those up when he goes and picks up another one of those C924s for me.
Oh, you found another one?
No, there's just more in the same place.
Okay.
I'll pick up one more.
Nice.
I think that's going to be... I never did find another C923.
No?
Yeah. So we're all smoking Illusiones tonight. Christian, what are you smoking? Don't know.
Don't
They'll
know.
tell us in a minute.
It'll be there.
Not marshmallows.
Or s'mores.
What's he drinking? Did he say what he was
He
drinking?
didn't even say what he was drinking.
Okay.
So, no, he did. He said he's drinking the Rock Hill.
Is he?
Oh, that's right, the Rock Hill.
When did he say that?
At the beginning.
Way back.
Yeah.
When Casey was like, "What's Rock Hill?" And I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
"It's
Yeah.
part of Mash Bill 2. We drank it in the whiskey
Yeah,
game."
that's right.
Right, we
That's
discussed it. Mine cracked at the front.
Yeah, that's pretty common of Illusion.
They do.
Is it just the warehouse that they're in, or
I am
then
guessing
heat cycling?
fair chance. Listen, I really have come to like their cigars.
Yes.
But my guess is he keeps the warehouse similar to his humidor in the shop, and then it's slightly over humidified and probably a little cold.
Couldn't tell you. I've never been inside.
The warehouse or a shop?
I haven't either. I'm making a guess.
Yeah. I wish I'd go in the warehouse. That'd be cool.
Go take a view. I'm battling some bronchitis. I can't smoke right now. Need to give another week.
Oh, okay.
Bronchitis is the worst.
Ooh.
There's no damn thing you can really do about it.
No, you just have to live through it.
Yeah. And,
It's okay. I won't be smoking next week due to tooth extraction.
yeah.
It'll be
Jeez.
so fun.
Do you see they're starting human trials on a drug to regrow teeth?
That's amazing.
That's scary.
How's it work so far? If you've seen it already,
To get to human trials, it's been incredibly successful with very few side effects on animals.
what animals?
Probably rats.
Probably growing it on their backs. All I can think about is the South Park episode.
Probably rats.
It's still a couple years out. You have to go through human trials and then approvals, and
Oh, that's actually a good question. Right there. Lane, you know the answer.
You got the answer for that. Big brain that.
I'm not entirely sure I understand the question.
So he wants to know if you put all the stuff that you use to make a whiskey inside of a vacuum chamber,
Can you artificially
age it. Yeah.
Yeah, Christian, I'll find the article and send it to you. I don't know what that would look like. I don't know.
Well, because I'm thinking,
You can artificially age whiskey easy enough.
Well,
There's chemical artificial aging and there's heat cycling artificial aging.
Doesn't it,
Right.
it boil at some point too when you start pulling out the
And if
the
you
air?
and if you ask Metallica, yeah, if you change the pressure enough, you could get it to boil. I don't know that would be a good idea.
Well, that's what would happen in the vacuum tube because you're sucking all the air out of it.
kind of. It would condense together, but I don't know if you'd be able to heat cycle a vacuum.
Not to mention,
I don't think you would.
yeah, and then like the air inside of the alcohol or the liquid, it wouldn't
Science?
allow it to breathe really. So
Well, if you vacuum sealed it, the rush of air oxygenation when you unsealed it would be pretty intense.
it probably
it's-
fuck up the whiskey.
It would probably be very airy after first, initial combination of those flavors.
There's a bunch of people that have tried it. There's a bunch of a bunch of companies have tried to sell 2-year whiskey that tasted like 6-year whiskey and so on.
Vacuum sealing a barrel of whiskey just enough for the flavors to marry. We need a chemistry teacher in the chat.
Yeah, what we're gonna need is someone with a chem degree.
Speaking of teachers, I had an old teacher,
I like where
auto-mechanic
this
teacher.
is going.
He was at the high school. He is now one of the, I think he's one of the superintendents, like the step under the superintendent. of the Douglas School District.
Okay.
I found out he lives behind me because that fence behind us fell over on his side,
Oh, gotcha.
and I have another fence in front of it. So
I was going to say, is he one of the people that killed some of your animals?
no, that's the lady across the street. I'm pretty sure.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
Well, I don't have to use allegedly.
Fair.
There was definitely animal homicide.
There was something that happened, and like the doctor said that somebody gave the cat something that caused its kidneys to fail. I know that. The goat was because of the stupid coyotes. So
Yeah.
was the ducks and the chickens.
Ducks and man, you are.
And my dog passed away too in 2018. So 2017.
Yeah, that's
a long time ago.
Man.
I got the best country song ever at this point if I can learn how to write it.
All right, so
Road
we have
trip.
executive orders on immigration,
Yep.
drilling,
Drilling.
gender.
You can read that. Just don't read it out loud. Just the nod, just a slow nod.
What drilling? Like oil drilling?
Yeah, so he's
Where? Alaska?
everywhere probably.
All right.
Anywhere he can get away with.
That's the American way.
We got a bunch of pardons. There was some other. What was the other executive order?
I haven't heard any of
Oh,
that.
I know.
So
I
far.
know what it was. Execute Order 66.
What we're gonna need is someone who's paying for the video AI to put that together.
I mean, look, be honest. With how many he signed today, somebody could have slipped that in and made it official.
Yeah, he rescinded a bunch of Biden's executive orders and then signed a bunch of his own. Birthright citizenship he's trying to end. I don't know how that's going to work, being as it's written into the Constitution.
Birthright citizen.
If you're born in America, you're American. Yeah.
I imagine it's going to be something like if you're born in America to someone breaking the law, they're going to try and get the Supreme Court to recognize some limitations, as they have to many other things written explicitly in the Constitution. But
So-
I don't know.
But you'd still have to amend it, right?
No,
Oh.
it's an interpretation issue.
Oh. What is that? So, like, what? Why is someone being born here? That would be the interpretation.
Well, it's like the Constitution says you can't put prohibitions on free speech, but there are prohibitions on free speech.
Oh.
Like you can't instigate a fight, can't incite a riot, you can't promote lewd and lascivious behavior to minors.
You could sue for desecration of character too, can't you?
Yeah, but that's not.
Is that civil?
Yeah, that's not a
Okay.
criminal issue.
Defamation.
That was
Yeah.
close. What did I say? Desecration?
Desecration.
It's the same word.
It sounds cooler. He desecrated my character.
Where's,
See, like,
where's
mine's so
James
much
and the
better.
boys when you need them?
He should be so happy that I make some good content when I talk. Isn't Trump going to buy Canada and call the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of
So
America?
no, that's done. He signed that order. He's renaming the Gulf of the purposes of this country. It's now the Gulf of America.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow.
And he renamed Denali back to Mount McKinley.
Why did we change it in the first place?
Unknown.
Why would we go with Denali?
Because that's what they called it.
Because Chevy
Before
wanted
we
to
were
sell
there?
trucks.
GMC wanted to sell trucks, give it right.
It's what would it be the Inuits up there? It's what the Inuit Indians called it.
They called it Mount Denali?
Are they Indians or are they just Inuits? I don't know.
The Inuits are Native American, but I don't know if they would be called Indians.
So Denali was the First Nations name for it.
Yes.
McKinley's our word for it.
Yes.
Our word trumps theirs, according to
Quite
El
literally.
Presidente.
Yeah, I mean, I have some questions. Look, a lot of this is gonna and the Doge thing, the Department of Government Efficiency, which is ridiculous. You can't save enough money to be worthwhile. That's neither here nor there. There were 3 lawsuits filed against Doge within minutes of him swearing in.
Isn't that Elon's thing?
Yeah, and Vivek Ramaswamy.
Denali is the indigenous tribe in the area, I believe, is what Christian said.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. See, somebody knew. That mountain range seems far away for me to care about.
The Equinox.
Really good heli skiing.
I bet. I mean,
the Equinox, Denali, Escalade Mountains. It's
honestly,
I will say,
I would go
dude,
for that name. That,
like, so Trump is going to be like, he's going to deregulate substantially both AI and crypto. AI is just going to, well, both. He's not so much deregulating. He's like, we're just not going to pay attention. You guys do you. Right? So investment in those two areas is really like probably advised at this point, not investment advice.
didn't he launch his own coin?
He did. And that honestly might be what kills cryptocurrency.
I heard there were some guys in here on Saturday, and one dude was bragging about his purchase of said coin.
What was Trump coin?
Well, fucking Portnoy bought $500K when he went to bed and cashed it out for $1 million when he got up.
Oh, so it was probably a good idea.
I mean, it's a pump and dump. Like, he controls 80% of it.
Oh.
So he can run many, many pump and dump scams on this. And it might be what completely breaks the back of crypto.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
I never trusted crypto anyways. I feel like it's money out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And
Well,
how do you mine crypto? I never
off
understood
fake
that.
money.
It's not out of nowhere. Someone put in real money.
Yeah, well, I get that, but like, how do you mine crypto?
It's just
So
it's
you're
just
not
code.
You're not mining crypto. You are extending the security algorithm, right? So you're just adding computing power. So it compounds on itself. So the more computers that get involved, the more advanced the algorithm gets, and the harder it takes to crack the code. And by cracking the code, you're donating power to the next code. That's effectively, I mean, that's a very, very simplified version of how blockchain works.
Yeah.
Right. But it's a perpetually extending algorithm until they stop offering Bitcoin mining, which will happen. But there are a number of problems there. Like, one, there's a point where you can probably still mine, and it's not worth the power expenditure to do it.
Yeah.
Fair.
Also, that was some bullshit during COVID.
Those raid
you know
systems
how
they set
hard
up.
it was to get graphics cards because all those asshats fucking bought crypto mining rigs and they were building them everywhere. You couldn't find a fucking GX like 3090 anywhere because they were all in crypto banks.
Yeah.
It's like, you bastards.
No, crypto has a whole other set of issues. But the Trump coin is going to be a problem at some point.
Is it called the Trump coin? Or is
I think it's
Yeah,
called, I think
yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Well, the Haktua girl had one too.
Yeah, I don't know how
And
well
now
that
she's
went.
getting
And
sued.
now she's getting sued and might go to jail for it.
Well, she did the same thing. Like, well, she didn't do it. She let somebody else do it. Like,
Yeah.
control way too much volume to where they can just pump and dump it whenever they want. They did it a couple times, and then it tanked because everyone realized what they were doing. And she doesn't have near the following of Donald Trump, who's going to get away with it for a bit longer, probably.
True.
And then it went to zero, and everyone lost everything. And they were like, what the just happened? You're like, exactly what you should have expected.
Joseph is, I put all my money in Pogs
Oh,
in the
man.
90s.
Oh, man, dude. Pogs.
Going back.
Fucking, I had so many Pogs.
Oh, see, my parents would not let us get involved in those.
We,
Oh,
we
dude.
didn't have a lot of them. We had maybe like 10.
We had
Between
like
the three
a
of us.
coffee can full
Damn.
of Pogs. It was amazing.
I never knew what to do with them. I just like, usually I would flick them at my brothers
Dude, I don't know what you did with them either.
like a weapon.
It was just like, okay. Like, everyone always had a different way to play the game.
There was a game.
Yeah, there was a game.
I just flicked them at my brothers.
Yeah, no, there was a game. For
I mean-
Pog. It was lost on me. I was way too young, but we had a coffee can full of them.
Mine was similar to darts, just with people.
At least I hoard whiskey, right? Like,
Yeah.
if the whiskey market goes to zero, I still have a bunch of really good whiskey to drink.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hoard whiskey. I share it.
Yeah,
I share
mean,
it too. I just have too much of it.
Unless prohibition comes back and you become a criminal.
Listen, I know how to build a speakeasy.
I know how to make beer. I know how to make wine. I have many, many different schematics for stills.
When are we gonna make our whiskey?
I don't know.
We should just start one.
We gotta age it.
We got plenty of time.
That's why everyone starts with vodka.
We have Kevin's Rick House. We can.
I haven't made it yet, but I'm working on
What?
it.
Your garage is a perfect Rick House.
No, I actually started working on a shed. I'm pouring the forms right now for it to sit on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
I want a shed. I'm doing a 10 by 20, but I'm actually going to do a 10 by 16 and have a 4-foot deck on the front. That way I can put my old man rocking chair out there.
Nice.
So I listened to a podcast called Strict Scrutiny, and it's
Okay.
a bunch of fucking gargoyles cackling and speaking in hyperbole and nonsense. But sorry.
No, I don't think Kevin's laughing at that.
I spaced on what you said when I saw
Anyway.
that.
It's a bunch of very left women talking about interpretation. They're always making fun of the justices and act like they know more than they do.
Why are you watching The View?
It's the legal view. Because
Oh.
it's good to know what the alternative interpretation of laws is.
All right. Fair.
Call it opposition research.
All right.
I can't wait for the next one. So they were talking about tiers of scrutiny, like tiers, like levels of scrutiny.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that's great. But instead of tiers like levels, you make it tiers like sadness.
Like sad-
Tiers of scrutiny. It's going to be my alternative legal podcast.
I like that. Tears of scrutiny. So they just watch like the laws that pop out of the Supreme Court or whatever, and then give their 2 cents on.
Yeah, and they make fun of the justices. Unless the justices decide what they want them to decide, they don't know anything. They're pretty ridiculous.
It sounds ridiculous.
So there's good.
There's a reason.
There
why
are times when I'm it's really hard for me not to turn it off. Like, no, I need to listen to what they have to say. Because at
But-
some point someone's going to make this jackass argument and I want to know that it's coming.
And you want to be prepared for it.
I mean, every once listen, they're law professors at real law schools. Doesn't make them any more right. But they do have credentials. And there are times when you listen to something, you're like, that's not right. Like, that's not all right. God damn it.
Oh wait, we're doing this. We're doing this. I didn't even finish my jack yet.
I'm not finishing my Jack. I'm going to use my Jack as mouthwash after I drink this swill.
For the record, I
All right.
told you didn't have to drink any more of these.
That is
It
true.
is on an episode back in ye olden times.
I know.
That
But
you brought in.
you brought in the bottle. It was
I-
going to be on the episode.
I bought it. I've been wanting to buy it for like a month now.
I didn't even know they had that one.
It is like an oatmeal raisin cookie.
It is.
With it's no icing.
No,
We
just-
traded white
I
icing
don't
for
get
raisins.
the oatmeal too much. Like I said, it's the
Oh, I
oatmeal
still-
bread for us.
Yeah, it's the cinnamon bread.
Yeah.
No, there's still oatmeal in there.
Oh well. Okay.
Christian, you know who's gonna like this probably? Is James.
Yeah, it's not going to last for the weekend.
Oh, it's probably not.
You're going to have to hide it.
Oh, that's good. Oh, now it's opened up now. Oh, it's delicious.
It's like an undertone of that cookie taste. It's not even really there.
Nope,
That's
but
it.
it still has that off note. It's the same off note.
That you had in,
Every other Amburana I've ever drank.
except for the Penelope.
No, that was just covered up with rum
So-
cans.
Oh, yeah. It's true.
Josephus says, I made some of the Mr. Beer one time. It took 6 months to make unfiltered, hoppy, frothy lager that wasn't horrible.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I've seen the Mr. Beer kit.
I've seen it. I just
Yeah.
don't like hoppy stuff. And my dad has that kit. He makes beer too.
Does he?
Every once in a while, yeah.
I just hear. I'm gonna start bringing you in like quadruple IPAs. I'm like, here you go, Kevin.
I won't drink it.
You know, as every time someone says they make their own beer, like in their house, I always think of the fucking Drew Carey show.
Why?
Because they made their own beer. They called it Buzz Beer. And it was like the beer with the caffeine in it.
So you're buzzed and you're jacked up on caffeine.
It was like coffee beer they made, and they just called it Buzz Beer.
Wait,
And
what
it's-
show was this on?
It's on the Drew Carey show.
Okay.
They made it in the garage.
Like the actual show.
Yes, the actual show.
Okay.
Dude, I immediately thought of the tobacco episode from The Simpsons.
Same principle, I suppose.
Yeah. How come you don't make your own beer? I figured you'd be into that at some point.
I don't drink that much beer anymore.
I don't either.
I mean, I always have some beer around. I've got some barrel-aged stouts, and usually something.
How long do those last?
Quite a long time.
Okay.
It's like, okay, think about it like regular wine versus port. So you add alcohol into it, it's a preservative.
Oh, so it increases shelf life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't know that.
Well, it's every craft beer in the world.
Yeah.
IPA, stout, ambers, all of them. Not so much, okay, I take that back. Not so much wild yeast beers like the sours, that's a different thing. But every version of craft beer that I can think of was created to increase its shelf life for the trip from England to India.
Really?
Yes.
So how much life does it increase by?
Months, years. Yeah, I mean, barrel-aged stouts you could age. You could actually age them for years.
Oh, nice.
Like a regular IPA, especially if it's fresh hopped, that fucker's dead 2 months, 2.5 months maybe if you're lucky.
See, I like the barrel-aged stouts. Every time I go into Kevin's, that's where I go.
And then lagers will lose their freshness in weeks.
Oh.
Oh.
What about ambers?
So ambers are just a malt-heavy beer, and again, the malt acts as a preservative.
Okay.
So same. You get months out of it instead of weeks.
Because I like ambers and stouts more than anything.
Yeah, I want to bring in that Fat Tuesday. I've got a really good barrel-aged stout that I just have never opened. Because it's in a charger. It's in like a 24-ounce, 22-ounce, 24-ounce.
Okay.
It's like a 750. And I'm not going to... It would take me three days to drink that.
Yeah, that's fair.
When does it skunk out when you open it? Because it's in that... you can close it back up. I know that, but...
Oh, this is a corked beer.
Oh.
No.
So once you open it, when does it skunk out?
Probably 5 or 6 days.
Okay, that's not too bad. Hard to beat Yingling and sun-grown Habano.
That's fair. I did finally have a Yingling.
And?
It's good beer.
Yeah?
I think I've had it once, and it was okay.
Like, it's a really, really good Pilsner.
I like a good Pilsner.
Yeah.
Pilsners are good.
I like a good Pilsner. That's kind of like, that's my go-to beer.
It's a craft version of Coors.
It's like a light beer, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a light beer. It's like Coors Banquet. But that's doing it a disservice because they're paying a lot of attention to it. I mean, Coors used to with the Banquet, not with the Coors Light, but with the Banquet beer. Like for the longest time, Coors Banquet was only made in Colorado.
That Colorado Kool-Aid.
Colorado Kool-Aid.
And then they opened up a brewery in North Carolina, maybe somewhere on the East Coast.
If you look up online, look up Red Sullivan, Colorado Kool-Aid. Tells a story about them being in Colorado and his buddy being a Mexican guy who cuts off some guy's ear for spitting beer in it. It's pretty interesting, and it tells about the beer a little bit.
Oh. Interesting.
That's why I called it Colorado Kool-Aid.
I mean, it probably is the equivalent.
Josephus probably knew that, though. I found a new barber.
Yeah, I like the fucking style you got going on.
It was comfortable. Like, it was...
It feels very German tanker.
Right? And that's what I was going for. It's not German tanker, though. I was going for Fury. Brad Pitt had the same one, and I'm like, I could pull that off. I could look good in that. And it was a compromise between me and my wife because she wants my hair long. I don't like my hair touching my neck or my ears. So we go to the slick back.
Okay.
With the undercut. So that's what I went with. But this new barber, her husband's a Marine out there doing the winter warfare training and those stuff.
Oh, at Pickle Meadows?
Yep. And she drives from Colville all the way to Gardnerville to cut hair there because she doesn't want to cut hair on post.
That's fair.
But she cut hair on post, so she cuts my hair the way I like it, and she knows how to deal with my hair. So she's my new barber for at least a year or two now because she's been here a year already.
Dude, I just have I'm just like 2 on the sides, clean it up on top.
Medium fade skin, scissor trim the top is usually my go-to. This time it was...
Well, I have found myself moving so much over the years that you don't have time to go find a good barber, so you just end up at someone with a basic degree.
You look more like Bible from Fury.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's the one.
He does?
Yeah, Kevin. Yeah.
Do you remember? Have you seen Fury?
No. Kevin's offended.
Wow.
He's no longer part of this conversation.
I think that might be the first time I've ever seen disappointed Kevin face.
Right?
He legit just was like, bro, really? Really?
Yeah.
I've seen the last scene.
You just got off his Christmas list, man. That was like, boom, done.
I know. That was a good Christmas list too. I like the last scene, but I like the whole movie. The whole movie is actually really good if you watch it.
Okay.
It still gets my legs shaking and all that. Fire in the main
Yeah,
cannon.
it's because you were a tanker.
I miss it.
I wasn't a tanker.
Go be a tanker. You won't fit in it, but go be a tanker.
Dude, no,
No,
I'm
hang
good.
on. If James can fit, Lane can fit.
That is true.
Yeah.
And I had an LT
I
that
feel
was
like-
massive compared to you.
Like, in a number of ways, I am just wider than James.
Step 1, watch Fury.
All right, you
Step
do have
2, cut
a
hair.
bit of a broader shoulder than James. I'll give you that. But I think you'd be fine. TCC, you'd be fine.
Dude, I'd get in there and I'd be like, I'm stuck.
I don't think so. There was a couple fat guys on my crew. Like they were bigger than Casey.
Yeah, I can comfortably fit inside an Abrams.
Yeah. These guys were.
I've been in one.
I have no interest.
It's a little claustrophobic in the driver's
you know
in
why?
the gunner seat.
You know why? Because you have the attitude of a pilot. All right. Instead of top tank, you're more Top Gun. Just admit it.
Every time I take a puff on this, there's a new crack that I hear and I feel it.
I know. Mine's got a couple cracks going. It's still smokable, but this is the problem. Honestly, as the foil stuff, like, it's containing the extra humidification inside the foil.
So it holds it longer and it just stays there.
Yeah.
Mine's fine.
Like, we probably should slit the foil on the cigars when they get here.
Like open the top or something like that.
Pop the tops if we really,
Yeah.
give them a little breathe.
So it's funny because some of ours come in and most of ours are taped, but the ones over there at their shop have no tape on them, other than down the side. The tops have no tape. The bottoms have no tape.
Yeah.
So that guy that they were talking about in Fury, he's the guy that plays the Punisher. I forget his name. Do you remember his name?
John Berthol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The new Punisher, not the old movie Punishers.
Yeah. It was a TV
The
series.
Disney.
Oh, yeah,
That
yeah.
guy.
No,
John-
I did.
John-
I
John
remember him
Berthel.
from the last scene.
Yeah.
The last scene was on YouTube or something, and I was like, oh.
He was the one they called Bible, right? It wasn't Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, I don't think it's Shia LaBeouf.
He didn't have this haircut. He had a medium fade skin, and he's trimmed the top. Or no, he was full buzz, wasn't he?
One of them is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. If I was
been a
in the
long time.
service, that would be my cut.
What, medium fade skin,
No.
strip top,
Fucking.
buzz cut?
Yeah.
High
You're
and
not
Ti-
flat top?
High and Tide.
No, God, no. Just full buzz. I'd be like, what's the easiest thing for me to deal with that doesn't make me look like that guy?
Well, here's the thing. So if you went with the medium fade skin, you'd have the fade coming up to mine here, but you'd still keep pretty much that top.
I love the scene in fucking Police Academy when they go to the barber.
Yeah, it's just a little off the top.
Yeah, he's like, no, we're gonna go first. Like, oh, please be my head, and they go, just shave it all off, and then afterwards, just a little off the sides. You can do that.
Josephus has also been in tanks, but not the same ones I've been in.
No, I would not be comfortable in a tank.
No, you wouldn't, because like my LT was larger than you, and he was sitting like this.
Not just that. I would feel like I was a moving target. Like, I'd be listen, I've hiked too much in my life. I'd be much more comfortable.
Infantry.
Yeah, or like a scout unit. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
out with wide open spaces.
Cav Scout.
With just a few guys.
LARPing.
Yeah. No, that's fucking.
Yeah, come on,
Dude, that's a great way to go insane.
Come on, could be fun.
No, dude, fucking in a tank. That's nuts.
Listen, you have a pre-made coffin.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Right.
Dude, I love the video, the photo on our wall there. People would be staring at it. It's
Yeah.
the Allied generals, right, from World War II.
They never get to see it.
And they're staring at it. And they'll like look over and they're like, which one's Patton? And you're like, the motherfucker wearing
With
the
the
chrome
bucket.
helmet.
Yeah.
The one with the bucket.
Well, so there are
Not just
there,
any bucket.
yeah, there are two
Chrome
metal
bucket.
helmets in that picture,
Mhm.
but one of them is distinctively different than the other.
Yeah.
Like in that picture, like look, if you don't know who Admiral Nimitz is, that's fine. If you don't know who like MacArthur is, that's fine. If you don't know who Abrams is, that's fine. But come on, Patton, that one's obvious.
Oh, he's gonna put it on film.
There we go.
Might as well, right?
Wait,
It's wait. There's a delay.
There's a 10-second delay.
Hold it there. It is.
Yeah.
We're talking
Yeah.
about right.
That one. Yeah.
All the way on the left.
It's a really good photo.
It is a really good photo.
I like that photo a lot.
Dude, the service guys that come in here love the memorabilia we have around the shop.
I know. I just like when people are like, "Oh, is that for sale?" I'm like, "No, it's
No,
not.
get your own.
No."
I still want, it's out of focus. Like there's a photo of them, the same photo shoot, not smoking, that's in focus. It's slightly out of focus because he wasn't supposed to be taking the picture. It was a candid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the photo, there was an official photo shoot, and then there was like, all right, all you motherfuckers go away. And it's Patton and Churchill smoking cigars.
That'd be awesome.
I know. I have yet to find a good like size of it either.
Yeah,
it's so
it's
hard
hard
to
to
find a
come by.
good size.
What size
That
are you
one-
looking for? Like that? Or
I honestly like
similar to that one?
that size wouldn't be bad. That we had that Joe.
And then I really want a Mark Twain in here.
A Mark
we
Twain,
do-
yeah.
Smoking a pipe or a cigar.
Yeah.
Don't care.
We do need a Mark Twain.
I'd put him right up there.
Yeah.
It's
I
fun.
mean, he like, especially since he hung out in Tahoe and almost burned the lake down.
I haven't heard that. Let's hear the story.
Apparently, he started a fire in Emerald Bay drunk one night.
Are you sure he wasn't a tanker? Listen, so, speaking of fires, the only thing I remember on one night we were out on Eastgate, and one of my NCOs, Simram, he talked like this. Fuck you, Jenkins. Like, fuck you too.
He was like an Asian sumo wrestler. Like
He was Samoan. He was a Micronesian islander, Samoan.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair.
And
Yeah,
I would make fun of him because his first name was Sakichi. His middle name was Mac. And I would make fun of him. I'm like, you got the widest middle name. What the hell happened? Your parents get bored and choose that? And he gets so mad. And, but he walked
Did you
up one
see that?
time.
But
Joseph's grandfather fought under Patton.
oh wow, that's pretty awesome.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome.
But he walked up with a handful of rounds and tossed them in a fire barrel. We were standing around. Everybody hit the deck pretty quick. when
Oh
they-
yeah.
Yeah. Because they started going off.
That's called American roulette.
Yes. Yes, it was.
We're like, what's this 6-shooter bullshit?
How much you throw in there? I don't know.
I don't know. He's gonna be a surprise.
He was also the one that lost his testicle in Battle of the Bulls.
I figured.
Yeah,
figured.
same guy. Fought with Patton though, or under Patton.
When Anthony was in Poland,
Mhm.
they were parking tanks on this meadow, and two of their guys were like, we can't just park here. The meadow is going to catch on fire. And they're,
If you
they're,
leave it running, for
they're
sure,
like,
yeah.
Sergeant was like, no, it'll be fine. Like, it just snowed. Like, it'll be fine. He's like, I don't think you understand. We can't just park here. Like, the exhaust goes directly onto this bush.
Yep.
And 5 minutes later, there's this fucking huge inferno behind two of the tanks. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Tanks.
They cost like a 200 like yard fire in this fucking meadow.
Listen, you can cook on the back of a tank if you do it right. I used to heat up my water so I could take one of them whore baths. Just pat myself down with water and a rag.
Did you just call that a whore bath?
You heard me. I said it. That's literally what that's called.
It's, I mean, right on.
But you got a better term?
You know what?
The bird bath in it?
Honestly,
Tweet.
Not something I've ever thought about.
right now, spur of the moment, I can't think of another way to call it.
Oh, dude, it's getting bad.
Yeah.
The good news is the binder on these is solid enough that you can actually smoke it without the wrapper.
I'm noticing that I haven't had any loss in
mine is fine.
or airiness.
Mine is fine.
You got the good one.
What are you smoking?
This is the Corojo.
Oh, okay.
The silver was the Corojo.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know which foil color you had.
Which is good. Although I wish they did a Connecticut.
Maybe. I don't know if that would work out.
I
wish they did a Connecticut instead of the Candela.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I like a Nicaraguan Connecticut. I think that's a good
But I
flavor.
think that's also a direct competitor with the Epernay.
Oh, yeah. That's fair. I did see the big fucking coffin they had.
Yeah.
In there. Have you seen that one?
No.
So on the wall, because I went to Famari first. I went to Famari and then I went to
wall?
Ruiz. In the Illusion wall.
Okay.
So when you walk in there and you turn, it's like middle of the whole wall there. There's just it's like 6 coffins. I swear that thing was probably 12 inches long.
What was in it?
It's
Christian
8 single cigar
waiting.
in a coffin box. And I was like, it's like $30 a stick.
Ooh.
And I'm like, that thing is going to last you for fucking 4 hours. Like, that's ridiculous.
We should bring some in.
What is it?
People would buy them here.
I would buy it.
They would. I was kind of like, I kind of want to smoke it.
You like
Kevin's all.
like those old cigars.
It is comically large.
Was it
like,
the size of the old Oliva that we used to get?
I also
Or bigger than
I also
that?
want to bring in those 10x100s and have like a display of 8 or 10 of them at all times.
those fucking 10x100s. Stay still hasn't smoked his yet.
Hey, he's gonna be here, right?
He should bring it.
Tell him to bring it. It's his birthday cigar.
Yeah, he really should on his birthday. If
Look
there's
at
one
that.
reason to smoke it.
He's texting him. He's letting him know. Listen, you need to bring that up. You're smoking it here with us, so he can see your face.
Yeah, no, I'm texting James right now. I don't have Stace's number.
I do.
Not about to say Casey does.
I do.
All right. I don't know. I need to know what day they're going to be in here.
I don't know if it's gonna be Friday or Saturday.
I wouldn't be
James
able to
probably
make
will
it.
be here both because he doesn't want to go to Reno. So
No, I won't make it to that for
so
sure.
he wants to be here for both.
He doesn't he suffers through Reno, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, think about like Reno is like he plays up here.
Yeah.
Like this is where his contact is for
But
players.
he does have some pretty solid connections in Reno though.
Yeah, I just don't think he likes going to Reno.
Nobody likes going
You-
to
you
Reno.
know why?
The
'Cause-
VP down there is one of the guys I used to golf with at El Dorado, and they know him pretty well.
There's no cigar shops down there. That's why. In the casinos.
I thought they still let you smoke in the El Dorado VIP lounge.
Yes, that's like the only place.
Yeah,
But
but that's a solid lounge.
it's gotten strict down there.
Yeah.
It's silly. It's silly.
It's everywhere, dude. I get more and more people coming through here. They're like, "You wouldn't believe what happened in Vegas." I'm like, I kind of would believe that actually.
It's Vegas. A lot of things happen out there.
Let me guess.
No, about them not being allowed to smoke cigars.
Oh, that's a new thing now, huh?
Yeah, they're putting the kibosh on cigars in Vegas properties now too.
The Woody by Oscar is a 6-hour cigar. Banff Cigars has a muffler that is 6 inches long, that longer than the Woody. They're both around 22 to 27 inches by
Who's that,
80 and
Josephus?
90.
Yeah, so there, Josephus, it's a lunatic. Is it a lunatic?
Yes.
That's
lunatic.
a 10x100.
10 by 100.
It's obnoxious.
They do a 990, an 880, and they do a
You
10
got
by
me
100.
an 880, didn't you?
Like when the 10x100 showed up and I pulled it out, I initially thought it was a box of cigars. And I was like, oh, that's one cigar.
it is like comically like a 20 millimeter round.
That
Like in a box. It's fucking hilarious.
listen, that one you guys got me was an 8x80, I think, right? And that one was painful smoking.
It
towards
was
the
an
end.
8x80.
Yeah, you did have the 8x80. That's right.
Yeah, towards the end, it was
'Cause
painful.
It's rough.
It was good though. It
Well,
was just painful.
I was at Ron's house one night, and one of the guys had given everybody one of the 8x80s, and so Ron offered it to Stace. He's like, "Here you go, you can smoke that," and give it to Stace. He was like, "All right, I'll smoke it," and he was puffing on this thing for like 2 basketball games. And finally he like put it down. He was just like, and it was the size of a Robusto. That's what he had left.
He
had
still
been
had a
smoking
Robusto cigar.
that, and he had a Robusto left, and he was done.
I finished mine here.
And then we saw him the next day, and I was like, "Well, you didn't bring your Robusto." He's like, "Man, that thing killed me."
Dude, Cameron's fucking.
He's dead to the world right now, apparently.
I'm gonna give him a mountain of shit.
Right?
Yeah, you can try a video call or call him on the Messenger, see if he answers that.
No, I text him on Messenger. He's still asleep, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's fine. It's just us today.
Yeah.
The Lunatic 10x100 was $50 at vape shop around here. They sell
Oh
cigars
god,
at a vape
dude,
shop.
we paid very little for that.
Yeah, I mean that's
It's more
that's
like a
the
novelty.
shelf. That's the shelf price I'd go for it. That's what I would sell it for.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that seems fair.
I thought we paid less than that.
I think it's
I thought it was sub $20 our cost.
no, it was like $20 our cost.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So, yeah, that makes
I'd go
sense.
50 and then I'd discount it for 40 if you're gonna smoke in here because that'd be funny to watch.
Unless they've had it before and they know what they're in for.
I'd be like, here you go.
I mean, it's still not. What were those ridiculous things that Blythe had in here before we took over
they
the
were
shop?
Oliva. And the
So there was
Antilles or whatever.
There was the Oliva.
That was like 12-inch
That
cigar.
was the 12-inch, and then there was the Cuba Aliados,
And it was 18
the
inches.
General.
That one, the
And
general.
that was
About 18.
or 19 inches
yeah.
with a 60 ring gauge.
I never smoked
Yeah.
that. I never wanted to. I like looked at it and said, nah.
I mean,
There's better
I
stuff.
watched people comically light it because you needed a fucking blowtorch to get it going
Yep.
and the lung capacity of like 20 people. But I watched a guy one time just start chiefing on it, and then he took it to the craps table. It was fucking hilarious.
Walk up with this thing that's still fucking 16
he's
inches
holding
long.
this thing all the way out to here, and he's like,
Barely
"This thing's
getting in.
fucking great." And then he went to the craps table, and he came back like 2 hours later, and it was down to like 16 inches, and it was just cracked to hell because you can't hold
There's no
that
way.
thing
Yeah, there's no way for that thing not
without
to crack.
mangling the shit
You
out of
basically
it.
just hold it like a bat.
Yeah, you basically are just like holding it like this with a full grip, like and it was just cracked to hell. And he, you know what, that dude, he still lit it, and he kept trying to smoke the shit out of it. But it was fucking hilarious to see this guy standing at the craps table with this 2-foot cigar sticking out of his
Like-
mouth.
I've had better cigars, which is why I don't smoke that one. And I know I've had better cigars. That's why I don't smoke it. What do you say? I'd buy the Lunatic for the box as a prop if I ever did another open mic dressed as a clown. Yeah, that is true. That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good prop, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, if you painted it, it would look like a round, like a little mini tank round.
It looked like a Bradley round, which
Yeah.
is like 20 mic.
Yeah, it definitely would. It's fucking hilarious, dude. I when you open the box, you're just like, holy shit.
Dude, it caught me a little off guard. Like, what is this?
That video of Stace getting it was hilarious. He was
Yeah.
like, what the hell?
Well,
I haven't
because he
seen
was
that
all
video.
proud of himself. He pulls out an 8x80, and he's like, I got the cigar. I was like, yeah. I don't know if that's accurate.
do you really though? Actually, James's birthday is March 15th. We should get him one too.
Right?
That should be just the default birthday cigar. Here you go.
Here you go.
lunatic.
He comes up here on his birthday usually, right?
Yeah, usually.
He is probably going to throw a birthday party up here this year. I was talking to him about it.
Oh shit!
In the shop?
Yeah.
Not as crazy as last year's though.
It could be. You never know.
Well, last year's was his 60th, so they went all out.
Yeah.
This year, I don't think so.
Mm.
But we'll see. I'm
Fair.
down. I'm down to clown either way.
I mean, if we're doing a private party for the guys, like,
let's go.
dude, I'll close down the shop for that. Bring in some good whiskey. That'd be a good time.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, let me know what day that is, and I'll pop up.
That's whatever the 15th is. Probably the weekend of the 15th. So
Yeah, just
Yeah,
let me know when
Whenever he's
he's,
here.
when
Yeah.
he's coming up. I'll take the day off.
yeah.
My son's birthday's shortly after that,
Yeah.
the 18th of March. March, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's right after St. Patty's Day. You just keep the party going.
That's not trouble.
When he's 21, he's going to have a great time, I hope.
Oh, man.
He was born on the 18th at 420, so he can have a stellar birthday if he does it right. But I wouldn't mix the two. I remember what that's like. It's rough.
Oh, God.
What?
Just thinking. So I have my avalanche class coming up in a couple weeks.
Oh, it's that's a safety course, right?
Don't we need snow for?
Dude, I fully envision that at this point, like hiking and then being like, so if there were snow, this would be avalanche terrain.
What I'm going to need you to do is put the VR goggles on real quick. We're going to talk about this fake avalanche.
They're like, no, you're not going to need your touring equipment.
Yeah, it was this avalanche theory class. What is this?
I think so.
Because
I think we have 1 inch in the forecast in the next 10 days.
Only 1 inch?
Yeah.
Damn.
On Thursday or Friday.
I'm really hoping it dumps in February then.
I mean, it's something's gonna have to change soon because we are the ski season's gonna end real quick if we don't have any snow.
Yeah.
Very true.
Oh, it's gonna. I was talking to a couple of the guys on the mountain, and they're like, well, we've been busy. I'm like, yeah, you have guaranteed business through MLK.
Yeah.
And they're like, and then what? It's like, if we don't see any snow, it's gonna get bleak real
Quickly.
real fast.
Yeah.
Because they opened up, I think it was last week or the week before, they finally opened up Boulder.
Yes.
Yeah.
They also opened up Mott and Killebrew, and I don't know how. It's got to be miserable.
Yeah, because my boss texts me usually on when things open because she goes up regularly.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go up to. I haven't decided yet. I'm either going up tomorrow and then going to the driving range, or I'm just straight golfing.
You might be just straight golfing.
The weather's gonna be nice tomorrow.
I know.
Which is good.
There was a slight breeze
cold.
today. That
It was
a little
windy.
chilly.
It was windy in Reno. When I was in wind, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I stepped outside earlier today to take the puppy out, and it got chilly.
I mean, it's to the point now. Like last night, I was in here in between groups, like chipping the foam golf ball into the glass door.
Oh, the itch is real. Did you see the Masters commercials? Is that what happened?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
But no, I want to fucking play. Especially, I played like trash with fucking LeRon.
Well, but it's good though. That's your first game of the season.
Yeah,
You got to get that out of the way.
I mean, I hadn't touched clubs in a month, and I hadn't really touched clubs in like 3 months since my surgery.
Well, so you're ready to go now. Back to golf with a vengeance.
I played like trash.
But I mean, you didn't really have much expectation at that point, right?
No, I was just going down there to have fun. I was a little caught off guard by the fucking money games. Whatever.
Yeah, it happens.
Stace says, working my way up to it.
Well,
Did the 7x70, then did the 8x80. Haven't had the balls to try the 10x100, but halved the 8x80 twice, so that's good.
Well,
told wifey I was going to smoke only one stick.
you should probably let him know that I've already put the guys on notice that he's smoking it. Like texts have been made.
The texts have been made. You're bringing that and smoking it.
All right, so what are you guys optimistic about with Trump as president? Anything? Listen, I think crypto investing, AI investing.
I don't really care for the AI too much.
I just think it's going to be profitable for for the next few years.
It is for sure.
So he unregulated?
No, he's basically just announcing he's not really going to regulate it.
So this is bad for Hollywood, though.
Why is that?
Right?
Well, that's different.
So that's
like he's not going to regulate it as far as the government getting involved in producing it.
Oh, okay. But
or limitations on it or controls. Like standard issue, like defamation lawsuits will still stand.
okay, so we still won't see a huge amount of like AI writing. From
No,
Hollywood.
there's no way they're going to pass a law like they did for the internet generally. Like
Okay.
the thing that lets social media not get sued, they're not passing one of those again.
And
ever.
did any of those executive orders have to do with tariffs, or are we going to wait for those?
I didn't see anything on tariffs.
Okay.
But I haven't seen the full list yet.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, I mean,
those honestly, that's the only thing I'm worried about.
because didn't they stopped TikTok for like a couple hours essentially?
Yeah, under Biden and then Trump. I'm not exactly sure how that executive order works.
It
Like, I haven't.
overturned, right?
Well, it can't.
It can't.
Because it's open back up.
We
TikTok's
can,
live again.
We can use
So
it
he
again.
signed a 75-day delay to try and work out a deal. But I'm not even sure how that works. I'm not sure that his signing the delay has any authority. I think he has to go to Congress and then they have to do it.
But if they're putting tariffs on China, why would you even do that? What'd he say?
Stay says, not making any promises. It is a good excuse to spend the whole day gone while also keeping my word that I'm only going to smoke one stick.
I say that too when I go out to the garage. I'm only having one stick, and usually I choose the biggest one. Stock market, less taxes, less banking regulations, increasing productivity. As long as it doesn't get too crazy with tariffs, inflation should come down. Usually inflation doesn't come down. It settles. It never actually goes back down, right?
Yeah, that's called deflation. We're not going to see deflation.
Yeah.
We will see. So conveniently, like giving tax breaks to rich people is not inflationary.
Okay.
And I don't see a lot of stimulus to the lower class. And tax breaks don't really affect the lower class because the lower class doesn't really pay taxes.
Okay.
I do. Fucking bastards.
You're not lower class.
Yeah, not anymore. I have 2 kids and I still pay taxes somehow.
I think you need a better tax guy.
Hey, leave me out of this.
I just hope we see some decent spending on like human infrastructure. Because that's what's going to keep us competitive. Like, we'll always be kind of competitive because we have basically unlimited resources for like our lifetimes.
Right.
But investing in education is a real thing. Like, if you invest in education and you invest in the mechanisms that those educations go for the means of production, then you can extend your country's lifespan, like
Okay.
economic lifespan.
Okay.
Well, the economy should boom. It did last time, right? So we should get some of that, I would hope.
I'm not worried about the economy. I mean, the tariff thing is a little kooky, depending on what he puts it on. We'll see. If he puts it on everything, that's a problem. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think everyone's going to talk him out of it. And I don't know. Listen, we're trying to reindustrialize, and we're trying to further industrialize Mexico because China's falling into the tank. So I don't know how many tariffs you want to put on Mexico. Like, you want stimulus in Mexico.
Okay. Especially with the turn of the government and the
Like,
lowering of the cartel power.
Tariffs on China at this point are moot. Like, we can take some of the money back because they're not going to be a production powerhouse in 10 to 15 years.
Right.
So we can leverage that in advance. But like, tariffs have to be tactical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think he has a person that can tactically deal with that, or no?
I mean,
I have no idea.
I'm sure there's a group of economic smart people he's got. I would hope.
But he has to listen to him. That's the problem.
But we can take, like, it's not easy, but it's in terms of like creating means of production, it's relatively easy to take what Mexico has now and give them what China's doing. Because China doesn't really create anything. They assemble a lot of things, like higher order things, but not highest order things, right? Like, they're not doing the best semiconductors, but they can do like
They're doing
10
like mid-level.
nanometer. Yeah, they can do like 10 to 12 just fine. They get down to like, when you start getting down to like 7, they can apparently do 7, but the way they're doing it is like 3 times the cost of the best countries that are assembling 7 and below.
Mm-hmm.
So you can put that in Mexico really easy. You just have to incentivize them to do it. And it's good for us. Like, we want semiconductor production diversified. Like, we want to have it here, but we also need it diversified for the stuff that it's not economically efficient for us to produce. Like, what we want to produce is 7 and below, like 7, 8 and below. we need someone else to produce 10 and 12, which China isn't going to assemble, which China isn't going to do soon. I mean, when you're talking about like the supply chain for producing semiconductors, you're talking about like hundreds of companies.
So it's more a cost productive. What's the word I'm looking for? I had it.
But we're going to want to incentivize Mexico. Now, places that you don't necessarily need to incentivize Mexico, like if you want to bring auto production back to this country, tariffs on cars coming from Mexico, which is really punishing domestic corporations. But that's okay if you do it right.
I thought auto production has the gung-ho problem.
All right, so printing money for bailouts and laundering money through proxy wars is the main problem, in my opinion. Trump isn't enough to fix that, but he might disrupt it a little if he hasn't been compromised.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any way for him to fix it entirely. I think there's a dual component there. Like, it's not just stimulus checks, which are inflationary, but what makes them drastically inflationary, like we saw in COVID, is giving people that are going to spend the money. Because, if you give a billionaire money, they're just going to put it in the bank, right?
Right.
If you give someone that's making 35 or 40K a year money, they're going to spend it immediately. The problem is giving them money and then having companies that don't have competition be able to price up to the incentive. That's what really made inflation bad.
Okay. And
I'm not familiar with the gung-ho problem.
The gung-ho problem. You remember the movie Gung-Ho?
No.
With Michael Keaton?
No. Explain the problem.
All right, so the Gung-Ho is a movie.
Yes.
About automobile production.
Oh, it's the one with China buys a factory here?
Japan. Japan buys the American factory and then tries to run the factory to the Japanese standards about efficiency. And they put in the fact that, in Japan, they can make X amount of cars in 6 months. And the American factory guys are all unionized. And they don't want to push themselves to make that many cars. So there's no way we can be competitive to make that many cars. And half the way through, the Japanese factory's well, we're not going to give you all these incentives if you can't make the cars. And then our guys are well, that's bullshit because we used to be a union and we used to have all these things we could do. And I thought that was the same problem now is
that's
the standards on the overseas manufacturing of cars is just so much better. We can't compete.
Well, we can compete. Oh. We choose not to.
Oh.
But that's why companies left, right? But the problem is that you have car company X who moves factory to Mexico, right?
Right.
So they decrease cost of production by 20 to 25%.
Okay.
However, they also increase the cost of the car by 25%.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. They doubled their take. You can tariff that and punish them for those moves. And then they're either less likely to move or they're more likely to keep production domestic.
I got you. Okay.
So it's one or the other. You're either taking some of the money back from their double gainer, or you're forcing them to stay here and keep introducing revenue into the economy through labor.
Right. And then have we seen anyone talk about the proposed only electric purchasing in California yet? Has that gone to the courts?
Commerce? So one of the executive orders was reversing Biden's electric car mandate.
Oh, perfect.
So I don't know what California's going to do about that. They're going to, California has this really strange, it's a very intricate law, this really strange hold over the rest of the country, even though it doesn't actually have federal authority with emission standards.
Right.
And I think the country's probably just going to move away from that.
Away from the emission standards?
Away from California's hold.
Oh, okay. Because, some of those emission standards make sense.
No, they do, but also Trump's just going to tell California to kick rocks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, we don't really have those here.
I've never read through the law. I've never researched the mechanism, but there's something that happens in California that it's the Congress, our Congress passed a law saying we're just going to default to whatever California is doing. They don't have to. They can change it at any time.
Okay.
but for whatever reason they haven't.
I got you.
That'll go away, I think.
Okay.
Especially with the Republicans controlling both houses.
Yes. No, I figured that. I figured that was going to disappear. But
and then, I mean, Gavin Newsom's almost done. He's done in 2 years. So
yeah, I don't think he's going to get reelected.
well, he can't. He's term limited.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, California governorship is term limited.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
I don't know, 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
Okay.
I wonder when they're going to do that to the rest of the areas.
I mean, I tell people I miss Gray Davis.
They did introduce. I don't know how much traction it's going to get. I haven't looked at it all, but they did introduce a term limit bill into Congress.
Did they really?
In one of the houses, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's good.
Somebody finally brought it up.
It's not
We've
gonna
all been thinking it.
Yeah, it's not going to get passed, though.
It's not going to get passed.
It should.
No more like copying Nancy Pelosi's trades.
Man, we all would have made big bank if we had done that.
I saw the list of her trades for today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it impressive?
It was what you'd expect. It was Google and a couple of AI companies. And,
She makes a good chunk of her money off of trades, right?
A lot of them do.
she's on the numbers, like by percentage of risk versus gain, she's the most successful stock trader in the company.
I thought there was a law against that.
There's not. There should be. There's not.
You would think it technically counts as insider trading.
That's what I was thinking. Insider trading,
but it's not technically insider trading
why isn't it?
because it's not inside the company, right? It's
But she's
Yeah.
getting the
So
information
insider
somehow.
trading is a really specific law, and the information has to come through specific channels for it to qualify. And I don't think technically the information they have comes from those channels.
I heard the hammer that hit her husband is up for sale.
it's probably a crypto coin at this point.
Hammer coin.
Hammer coin. Oh man.
But listen, I wouldn't trust Hammer Coin at all. The
Except
Hammer
then you
tech was horrible.
get sued by fucking MC Hammer.
Yeah. Well,
How he doesn't have a fucking pump and dump crypto coin called Hammer Coin yet is beyond me.
Hammer Coin.
can't touch that.
When you said Hammer Coin, I went to
All it would
Iron Man.
have is just like the most ridiculous oversized pair of parachute pants.
That's right.
That would be the logo.
Yeah, I went to Hammer Tech and
You know,
Iron Man.
you put that on the internet just now.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. If the Hammer coin shows up, we have to get it now. You realize this?
and then it's gonna be pump and dumped quick.
That's fine. Just buy it now. Stop. Hammer time.
Like what I'm gonna need. You call them up and you're like, I'm going to need a physical coin big enough to be seen on camera. And they're like, it's digital. You're like, no, I get that. I don't care. Make me a coin.
We're getting a gold coin. It's big enough to be seen on
would
camera.
definitely be gold because he had gold toilets.
It's gonna be about yay big.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's the one story I love about when the IRS went and repossessed everything out of his house was they took the toilets because they were made out of 24 karat gold.
That's an expensive toilet. Do you guys ever drink while you ski, like a flask with you? Yeah, sometimes.
I
Kevin
usually
does.
So I still know most of the bartenders on the mountain, so I usually just go get a beer.
Yeah, I don't know the bartenders on the mountain. I never get a drink with you when we are on the mountain.
I worked with most of them.
I wrote an MC Hammer inspired children's book about stranger danger called "Can't Touch This."
Of course you did.
I mean,
Go Joseph.
honestly, that probably wouldn't be a terrible book idea.
Right? Can't touch this. Mm-mm.
It's like there used to be like a little comic about tea, but it wasn't really about tea. It was about rape. Someone not wanting tea.
I don't remember that comic.
Like a comic strip?
Yeah.
Like in a
It was
newspaper?
just
Like
no,
a-
it was like
yeah.
a single comic.
Oh,
it was
okay.
like 6 frames.
Like, oh, okay.
And every once in a while, some girl would like put it up behind the bar, and you're like, you're gonna need to take that down. Yeah.
It's not about tea.
Yeah.
Nice try though.
Like a Newsweek article thing, or
No, it's like a comic strip. Just look up. Just Google. I don't want tea. It'll come up.
okay, I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
But I
It's
don't.
like a little allegory.
Okay.
but it's not about tea.
But
Interesting.
I don't want tea.
But I don't want tea. I mean, it's just hot brown water.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
We've got one of my servers has me order tea just so she can get the tea, like she can drink it.
I'm not reading that one.
What kind of tea? Black tea?
No, we get the fucking what's that company that shows up in the wood box?
I don't know.
The Tazo.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys watch the college national championship? Is
Yeah,
what
we watched
Christian
it in
asked.
here.
I
saw,
didn't get a
I
chance
saw
to
the
see
end
it.
of it.
Um,
Ohio State.
I mean, Ohio State is ridiculously talented and played like it, and then got a little lazy. They were like, "Oh wait, we need to like play a little bit of football to make sure we win this game."
Oh shit! It's not over yet. Hang on.
Notre Dame did not look good.
Fair. Aren't they usually good though?
No,
I thought they were more one of the top notable.
not in a long time.
I mean,
I mean, they're second tier.
last 3 seasons they got better, right?
Yeah, but they're still not in the Ohio State, Alabama.
There you go, Earl. 50 Shades of Grey tea.
Jesus, H.
That's
Christ.
actually a real tea.
Is it?
Yeah.
Earl Grey is, yeah.
No, there's a like comedy tea company, and they make there's puns on their tea that you can buy, and that's one of them.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's like it's like 6 different colors, and they're all varying strengths of Earl Grey, and it's sold in like a little red book. It's one of those teas. Tea people are weird, man.
Dude,
okay,
the app
Yes.
that they were pushing people to off of TikTok, Red Note,
yeah.
in the terms of service, it actually said, "I acknowledge that I am a member of the Chinese Communist Party."
I missed opportunity though. We could have started Wick Walk and we would have been fine.
Wick Walk?
Yeah, instead of TikTok, it's Wick
Oh,
Walk.
yeah.
Or we just renamed it Wick Walk.
I mean, it's still gonna.
Done.
It's either gonna be sold or it's gonna go away at
Well,
some
there were
point.
talks about Beast taking that over.
Here's the thing though, isn't it?
I don't think he's.
It's
dude,
the servers, right?
I don't think he's got
He
near
has
enough
the
money.
capital for it,
He
for
just,
sure.
He does not.
No?
No.
No, do
Dude,
not.
TikTok's gonna sell for like $120 billion.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
fair.
But isn't it the servers that are still like you'd have to remove the servers? Isn't that the whole thing?
What do you mean?
The
I
servers
thought
in
the
China?
servers are in China,
No, the servers they use for TikTok here are in Texas.
and they're allowed to transfer information to China.
Well,
Texas has some answering to do.
according to the CEO of ByteDance, not TikTok,
Okay.
The hell's ByteDance?
ByteDance is the actual owner of TikTok. Now,
Okay.
the Chinese government owns, a controlling interest in ByteDance.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
They have no access to the servers in Texas, which is an outright lie, but that's what they say.
Texas, you got some answers. I'm gonna need to know what's going on. Christian,
They're supposed to be the most American out of all of us.
you're selling our information to the commies, you bastards.
You would have to include James on that one too. His family comes from Texas, don't they?
You bastards. Selling to the Chinese.
And he's in the business.
That is true.
So we could have just really made a new app called Red Dawn,
Yes.
and that would have been way better.
Wolverines.
How is there not a conservative social media platform called Communist Tears?
That'd be a great platform.
You know what? It's going to happen now. You're just giving away these multi-million-dollar ideas.
I want to take a Corojo, Candela, and Maduro wrapper to make a turtle shell wrapper, a variation of the barber pole.
They already do it.
They do a triple?
Yes.
Who makes the triple?
Also, Alec Bradley.
Is it?
Yes, they had released a triple last year.
You're the cigar guy. You should know this.
Oh, I know the doubles, but
They did a triple last year.
was that the? That wasn't the
What'd they call it? The tortoise?
that shitty convoluted box we had.
No, we didn't have it.
No, the fine and rare. That was 3 blends, but it wasn't barber pole.
No.
No, this is a triple barber pole.
I haven't seen a triple bar. That'd probably be really good.
Yeah.
I would
Probably
smoke that.
see if we can't find it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was a one-off,
I got.
but I know they did it.
If they still have any.
I should fucking.
I remember the box was sexy. I remember seeing the box.
I should text Tony. See what that's all
Yeah,
about.
why didn't Tony text us about it?
It was probably allocated like a motherfucker. They probably
fair.
they probably couldn't give it away.
Fair.
You have to be on the special lists.
Mm-hmm.
We're not special enough for
Well,
the
not
Alec
yet.
Bradley?
We're getting there. We're
Am I
getting
not
there.
totally
They
enough
like
for
us
the
more than
Turtle
they used to.
Yeah.
Fair. I mean,
we did shit on that fine and rare box though.
that's on them though. That box was shit.
The box was shit, but
I wonder if that ever got back to them.
The cigar was pretty good. The box
Cigar was
just
good.
tore up
Box-
the
The cigar was good.
cigars.
The box was trash.
Yeah. They just what was it was basically their press box is what they sent us, right?
No, that was the trilogy.
That was a
The
trilogy.
No, we
trilogy.
shit all over that cigar, period. That cigar was terrible.
They have those in Ruiz, like in like a little like small box, and I'm like, that's not the fucking box they come in. I know what that fucking box is.
They took it out of that box.
They
Said,
they
"Nope."
legit did. They put that in. I was like, that's not the box those come in. I know better. We bought those fucking boxes.
That was not a good
we have
cigar.
those.
Not a good press. Nothing about that was competent.
No.
It's a lot like George Dickel Tabasco. Like-
I've been looking for it and I,
have
can't
not
find it.
I could not find that. I looked for it. I was like,
Really?
I still can't find
Yeah,
it.
because I
Dude,
was looking
you
for a
have-
bottle to give him too.
You have to look. You have to. It's in grocery stores if you're gonna find it.
Okay.
Or
I didn't see it in Rayleigh's or at Aloha.
yeah,
or,
like, but it's not on the shelf. You have to go back to the clearance section. That's usually back by the entrance to the bathrooms,
Okay.
yeah.
or like the entrance to the
Oh,
offices.
you know, it's probably a Bevmo.
The Punisher cigar is a Connecticut wrapper with a Punisher logo cut out of Maduro. They have a few Marvel and DC characters like that.
Oh.
I've never seen those.
I haven't either.
Oh, well, we might have to find that.
We're all about
We know
Marvel
how
and
you
DC.
love comic book things.
I mean, whatever.
The Flash is an extremely airy cigar that burns extremely quick. Yeah, it burns hot.
Kevin lights it in 3 puffs. He's like, it's gone.
I did see an
How
article.
the hell did I burn my tongue?
And because the guy who played the Flash in the TV show,
Yeah.
he totally was like, "Hey, if James Gunn calls me, I'm down," and everyone's like, "Yes,
Yeah.
we're down for this. That needs to happen."
Well, who was the other Flash kid that got so much grief for
don't
being
talk-
a
we
kook?
didn't talk about him.
Yeah. I didn't really care
Ez-
for his too
Ezra
much.
Miller.
Ezra Miller,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, the greatest thing he did was give us Michael Keaton back.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's the only saving grace to that entire run of him being the Flash was we got to see Michael Keaton as Batman. That
I
was the
just-
only thing that made
I
that.
didn't care for his Flash at all. Like,
No,
it was not
wasn't- it
there.
wasn't good.
What's his name though? The other one?
Ezra Miller,
No, the TV show.
Grant Gustin.
Grant Gustin. He is,
Oh.
has probably been one of the best Flashes that we've had.
Dude, have you ever gone back and watched Tim Burton's Batman?
Yes,
I
a
have.
couple weeks ago.
Which one's that one?
It's the one
Came
with,
out in '89.
with Jack Nicholson.
Oh yeah. I haven't watched that in a long time.
Dude, that still legitimately holds up.
Like I
Fucking
watched
right.
the 2 movies I watched this morning that I haven't watched in a long time. The Mask with Jim Carrey.
All right.
Still enjoyable for me.
Yep.
Okay.
I memorized apparently the whole thing. You could say the whole thing during the movie, and my kids are just staring at me.
Dude, there's only 2 movies that I can quote front to back, probably still today.
There's a lot of them
There's
that
3.
I can.
3
Yeah.
for you.
No, for you.
What's the third?
Oceans.
Ocean's 13. Yeah. I could.
Yeah.
Ocean's 13, Full Metal Jacket, and Spaceballs.
Fair. I could do Full Metal Jacket for sure. Elvis Presley, Love Me Tender was one of those ones that I watched regularly as a kid.
Okay.
Untamed Heart. There's a couple others. I'd have to watch them, but like Ace Ventura. Which one? Call of the Wild is the other one I watched today.
When Nature Calls.
Yeah, When Nature Calls. I enjoy that one too.
That one's good.
My kids were staring at me at that one too because that was a good movie for me, and
Apparently,
it holds up.
I've watched too many because you guys I'm like, there's a list. I could memorize a lot.
Yeah, because we watch.
I mean, I
of
know
things.
a lot of movie lines, but those are the only 3 that I could do like front to back.
Yeah, no. Like first Fast and Furious, both Ghostbusters, all the Ninja Turtle movies.
Joseph is quoting 7.62 millimeter.
Oh shit.
Christian can do a lot of Dumb and
Dumb and
Dumber.
Dumber, yeah. Lane loves that movie. It was on in the shop a while ago, and you
So
just
was-
caught a bit, and you're
so
like,
was Ace
I hate
Ventura.
that.
The first Ace Ventura played, and then it was Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was like 2 weeks ago.
Is that the first one's the one where with the football player and the Dolphins, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the first. That's Ace Ventura. Pet.
Dan
Pet-
Marino
Yeah.
shows up.
Yeah, I was gonna
Still
watch
hawking
that
icy
one.
toner gloves.
I was gonna watch that one, and I stopped myself. I'm like, I don't think that's appropriate yet for the kids. It's PG-13 still, but
Yeah, When Nature Calls is the. He starts
one
off
where-
in the temple,
yeah,
and they redo Cliffhanger,
yeah,
and then it transfers over to him in the middle of Africa.
yeah, driving along, chitty chitty bang bang.
Nice.
And then he crawls out of the rhino's butt, and
Yes, that's.
all the kids are scarred.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was like 12, I thought they were hilarious.
I still think they hold up, surprisingly.
I mean, the best part is the when he's talking to the other tribe, and he's like, "Iquensawocha."
Christian says
Did you just refer to me as White Devil?
our
Yes,
pets' heads are
this is how they
falling
know
off.
you.
That is how they know you.
This is how they know you. Leave that part out. It's my favorite part of that whole one.
But yeah, Christian says our pet heads are falling off.
Although he does a very good portrayal of how I think every UPS package is handled.
Right? Dude, there's some that show up at the door and you're like, what did you do to that?
Every time I see a box just fucked off, I'm like, well, I know what happened to that.
And you're just like, I hope everything inside is still good.
Yeah.
Hopefully it wasn't fragile.
Sounds broken. It's fine. Don't even worry about it.
I thought that would happen to that press when you got it, that hat press.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like that thing's gonna come in destroyed. I try not
Nope,
to
that
order
was
too
in
many things
good
like that.
condition.
Good condition.
It wasn't that expensive.
That's fine.
I didn't think it was. It was like what 150 if that.
I was like 129, I think.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It works.
It works pretty damn
Works-
well.
works well.
I'm still working out the bugs on that strip that it does every once in a while where it's just dark on the hats.
I mean, yeah, and that's not just unfolding the.
The flap on the back.
No, it's not just unfolding the flap in the back.
It's just got extra pressure there.
I think so. Let's see. I'm sure Lane pisses in beer bottles like they did in the road trip.
I'm definitely a just fucking out on the side of the road guy.
Yeah, you just pull over, find a bush, call it good.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do. We get kicked out of the car to go do that by my mom. My donor would be the one that would hand the bottle. I'm like, nah, I can't do that.
No, we were never that family.
That's just weird. That's too redneck for me.
Didn't you do that in the army?
That's different.
Yes.
I was in a little area by myself. I still have a shy bladder. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I can admit that. That doesn't bother me none.
Well, don't ever get where you have to get tested.
I've had to be tested
Yeah.
several times and it takes forever. Like in the army was the worst because you had the guy just standing there and staring you down just like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
yeah.
always that guy. And then I wound up having to do it at one point. And I'm like, I don't want to see this many. I've seen too many already.
Fucking come back from leave. Everybody has to take a test.
Usually that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
a random drug test, but the random ones are always
After
me.
leave, yeah.
All the people that are gonna pass is usually the random ones.
Yeah.
It was never the ones that you knew were gonna fail,
Well, that's
unless you were really trying to get rid of them.
I knew a couple guys that were fucking smoking weed, like to be thrown out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they never called on him.
No, one of them got called on a bunch. Like they realized what he was doing, and they were like, "We're game."
It's like shoot yourself in the foot. I'm gonna get out.
He was at fucking dude, and he wasn't even in a bad spot. He was at fucking DLI.
I don't remember which one that one is.
DLI Defense Language Institute.
Oh,
It's literally on 17 Mile Drive,
that's not
It's
that
in
bad at
Monterey.
all.
right?
You do basically nothing out there.
Yeah, he was learning fucking Farsi or something, and fucking
He was afraid to go over.
Wanted no
'cause
part of it.
Once you learn the languages and all that, they send you over more frequently as an interpreter.
yeah.
Poor bastard. But he got out, I'm guessing.
Yeah, he had to fucking do some time in the brig, and then they threw him out.
Better to have it, not need it. and Need It, Not Have It came from Lonesome Dove.
Okay.
That's what Joseph has said.
Hmm.
I think he's quoting movies still.
Perfect.
Fair.
Listen, hey, if we're quoting movies and not doing the other thing we did on the last 99, I think we're good.
We're not talking about that episode.
That's the
This
lost
This is
episode.
episode 99. What are you talking about?
Dude, I camped on that overnight and I was like, there's some stuff that's really going to get us in trouble. Like, that episode needs to not be in the world. And, like, I don't think we ever got a notice on it, right?
No.
But all of our videos stopped going up in viewership.
Oh,
Fair.
And then the day after it was deleted, they started going back up again.
Fair.
that's good to know that we deleted it for a good reason.
Yeah.
I mean, it got lost in transit
Someone noticed.
twice.
The AI, the algorithm.
They were like, this doesn't look right. And we're just like, bye.
Something is fishy here.
Well, that is my bad. I'll admit that one. I brought up the topic, and I guess I shouldn't have. But I learned our boundary at that point, so
I mean, it's not so much our boundary as it's YouTube's boundary.
fair.
Right,
But I
yeah.
mean, part of it was us not wanting to be known for that either. So
I mean, I think that's right.
yeah,
That's got a point.
yeah, it's a good boundary to know.
All right. What are we reviewing tonight, Casey?
The Rocky Patel 60.
Oh, Christian. I don't even know if Christian's still here. They had the DBS,
DBS.
but they were in shitty condition. So we're gonna order them, I think, and just bring them in and review them.
Is that the Austin Martin of the cigars?
It's pretty.
It's
It
the
looks pretty.
double broadleaf series. It's like LaFleur's double Ajero, except it's double broadleaf.
You're from Australia? That's awesome. G'day, mate. No, Christian's doing.
They had one that so it's at Ruiz, and I think it's a Leaf product, but it's called the Wild Hunt, and it's comes in this camo box, and the cigars are not in plastic, but they have these highlighter orange like hunting vests around the band. And the box has like a duck blind cover that if you open the box, it's you have to pull the duck blind cover open to find the cigars.
That's amazing.
I was like, if they had more than two, I would have bought them. But they only had two, and I was like, oh, dude, I need 4 of these. But I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
Kevin's already in.
It's ridiculous. I'm
I
like,
am. I haven't been duck hunting though. I've never been duck hunting.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's just a play on hunting in
It
general.
is, but yeah.
it's hilarious. I was like, oh, that's fucking funny as hell. I gotta get those.
Because I would like to go hunting again. I just got to get. I haven't put in for my tags at all, and I always forget the tags are drawn sometime in the middle of the year.
Mm-hmm. Super early in Nevada.
And I don't really have that any points because I haven't signed up for hunting in forever
Yeah.
since I was a kid, and I didn't need a hunting license for that.
What would you go hunting?
Deer.
Oh.
I'd like bag me a buck.
Deer tags are pretty easy to get in Nevada.
Yeah.
The elk tags are hard to come by.
That might be kind of fun.
My brother-in-law got an antelope,
Yeah.
which was that meat was amazing.
Yeah.
He was out there not even a whole day, and he got it.
Dude, I knew a guy years ago who got a fucking cougar tag. He had to go to fucking Elko to get it.
I go there. Did he bag it?
Yeah.
Nice.
He owned a knife shop in Carson City. It was on his fucking wall.
How was the meat?
I have no idea. I didn't ask.
And it was antelope?
No, it was cougar.
Cougar.
Oh, cougar. Oh.
I could bag me a couple
That'd be-
cougars.
that might be kind of fun. I mean,
Yeah.
scary. That's a big cat.
Yeah.
That's a big murder kitten.
I think he was telling me like when they got it or when he got it, like it had actually been stalking them.
Yeah, I bet.
He took it down with a pistol.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that was
Oh,
close and
shit.
personal.
Was it 45?
No, it was
44
It was a
Megan?
357.
357 is not bad.
That's cool. It doesn't take the soul, but that's cool.
Wait, does 44 Magnum?
Fuck yeah.
So
Does it?
44 and up.
What?
Does it though?
44?
I feel like it's exclusive to the 45.
All right. If you have the 45 that takes the soul, then the 44 is for justice. That's a 44 Magnum hand cannon, most powerful hand cannon in the world, which doesn't hold up because that's not true anymore. So really, that movie sucks. But
Well,
It wasn't even true at the time.
yeah,
What was the time? Like,
I mean, I think we already had like the 454 Castle.
Okay.
1980s, I think the
Yeah.
movie came out, maybe 70s.
so now it's poorly comparison to
Yeah,
500 Smith and Wesson.
Honestly,
Well, it doesn't even. Well, that's not even true because
And there's
fucking
a-
Kentucky had a 700 nitro pistol made.
They had a Desert 60 too, which was a 60 caliber handgun
yeah, but I mean,
that went through a wall.
for strictly comedic filming, it's the Smith and Wesson 500.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, just someone needs to like AI Photoshop that scene with the fucking 50. Just be like, yep.
America.
America.
Dude, some of the stuff you can shoot here is squirrely.
Yes. And I'm glad that we have that ability.
Dude, the fucking Keltec PR57. And it's small too. It's not big like the other 5.7 pistols.
Really?
Yeah.
So,
It's like the size of a standard issue compact
Wait.
9mm.
So is this the same as their other Keltec 5.7 though?
No.
So smaller.
Yeah.
But the one they have now is like, 30 rounds.
Yeah, no, this
And
is
it's
this
goofy.
is probably like 12 or 14.
See?
But it doesn't have a magazine.
Yeah, I know.
It loads from the top with a stripper clip.
I mean,
I kind of want that.
I know, right? Like, that's just cool. I need to get a 5.7. I really do.
So,
All right, what do you guys think? You want to get out of here?
probably in a bit. I was going to ask you how your palate is doing.
I mean, I was in here all day yesterday and all day today sitting by myself watching the game. Like, I thought people would come in for the game and everyone's gone. Like, this town emptied out this morning.
Yeah. That's gonna happen with no snow.
Dude, it's going to get, if we don't get snow, it's going to get
It's gonna be
quiet.
quiet. We need snow.
Yes, we do.
We need snow. If we're lucky, it'll just be all February.
Yeah, it's just dumps.
Just dump.
Just a pump and dump of snow.
Snow crypto.
I mean,
Just a
February's not
snowflake.
that far off. It's starting to look like March.
Ugh.
Snowflake crypto, right?
I mean, legitimately, if it gets to 55 in this town again, you could open Edgewood.
you
Yeah,
probably
but they
opened
won't do it.
I know they won't, but you could. Like, I don't even think the snowmobiles are out of Myers.
No,
Yeah,
they're running
yeah.
it. They can't run it. They can't even run it top of the world over at Zephyr.
Yeah.
Their Airmark's only running in Hope Valley.
I haven't been paying
shit.
attention, but are they open across the street?
Yeah, they blow snow.
I haven't seen snowmobiles over there though.
Yeah,
Really?
they haven't had
I've
much.
just seen the hill.
They might not have brought them out.
That's crazy.
The worst year of snow we've had in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute since it's been this bad.
Right.
Oh, there's Cam.
No, I just hung up the call.
Yeah, we're done. Sorry.
Dunsky.
Sorry,
All right.
bro.
Let's do some reviews and play a whiskey game where we look like morons.
Hey, I got one that one time, and then you guys cheated again.
Never cheated.
You always cheat.
I don't. He does.
Lies and propaganda. You probably looking over your shoulder. I know what this is.
Blasphemous. Blasphemous.
You're being, you're lying. And you're churlish.
It's a churlish.
All right.
Take us home.
Thanks for watching this far, guys. If you made it this far, you like what we do YouTube things. Christian, got nothing. Keep an eye out for a package. I got some stuff going your way. Josephus, thanks as always. And we'll see you next time.
Don't
Put
forget
your-
about Jano.
Jano, is he still here?
I don't know.
I just assume. he's there.
Jano, I need to call him and actually talk to him.
Yeah, Lane says he's gonna
Yeah,
call you.
you should. And
Although
he should get on the
Lane's had
podcast
the
at some
same
point.
number for the past 15 years. It's a two-way streak. No, it's not
That
true.
number hasn't changed in forever.
The last time it changed was when I left Orange County.
So he's had that number forever.
Fuck. Wow.
Was that when you got your car? Because that was the last time you were down in Orange County, wasn't
No,
it?
no, no.
No.
When after undergrad, I moved
He
to Orange
left
County.
Orange County when Reagan was in office. What?
That's first of all wrong
Wasn't he in office?
both times.
Oh no, it was senior.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad.
You were
It was
close.
right after Reagan was in office, but still.
The senior Dukakis election was right before you left Orange County when I was a kid.
See, all right, I was close.
But no, it was when I left Orange County. Like I went down there after undergrad and then left.
Okay.
And then I had that number for a couple years and then I got rid of it. And I've had the same Tahoe number ever since.
Oh, fair.
All right.
You should just dox the number.
Thanks,
People
guys.
just call it randomly.